Ministerial Association and Chaplaincy. The year began with a move of the Southern Africa Union Conference SAU Ministerial Association from the SAU main building to the SAU Extension Building, the Home Health Education Service Building, comprising of Pastor R.P. Maligudu, the SAU Ministerial Association Secretary, and his new secretary, Mrs. Avia Lupondwana. The Ministerial Association works in partnership with the Shepherdess Association. Mrs. T. Maligudu served as the Shepherdess Coordinator, with Mrs. Z. Kunene serving as the sponsor. Towards the end of the term in 2020, Pastor R.P. Maligudu was called to serve at the Northern Conference. Pastor T.M. Kunene was appointed to serve as the Ministerial Association Secretary of the SAU, and Mrs. Z. Kunene was appointed as the SAU Shepherdess Coordinator. The mission of the department is to minister to active pastors, shepherdesses, pastors' children, retired pastors, retired shepherdesses, local church elders, and their wives. The SAU Ministerial Association Secretary works with the Conference Ministerial Association Secretaries to provide support, training, and resources to their constituents. At the end of 2021, we had a total of 343 pastors and 292 shepherdesses, 89 retired pastors with 105 employed since 2016. The number of pastors who have been retrenched are 6, and those who have resigned within the past term from our different conferences are 40, with 41 who retired. The Ministerial Association would like to give recognition to all the pastors who have served faithfully till retirement. This is quite an achievement and a blessing from the Lord. May you be able to look back and profess that yours was a life well spent. Sadly, we have lost to death 44 pastors and shepherdesses, most due to the effects of the pandemic in 2020 and 2021. To assist the SAU ministerial team, each conference has ministerial secretaries and shepherdess coordinators that work directly with our local pastors and shepherdesses. An effort is placed to meet together at the beginning of each year at ministerial advisories to make plans that align with the SAU strategic vision and to orient newly elected ministerial secretaries and shepherdess coordinators. A function of the Ministerial Association is the preparation of pastors for ministry. Therefore, training is held for interns and supervisors. This is essential in the process of guaranteeing a unity of message and mission in our organization. The conferences do this through an internship program where pastors are assigned supervisors or mentors to each newly employed pastor. They receive and are guided through field assignments in preparation for ordination. The SAU plays their part by conducting intern and supervisor training annually for both our interns and supervisors around the SAU. Over the years, we have had an approximate total of 143 interns and 81 supervisors who have participated in the programs. It has yielded good results because most of the pastors who have been working for 5 years and over have been ordained. After an intern has completed all fieldwork and assignments, a recommendation is then made to his or her conference for the intern to be ordained. A part of this process includes interns being interviewed both on a conference and union level. The COVID-19 pandemic was severe, and the restrictions limited us to virtual meetings and activities. In the 2 years of 2020 and 2021, we have conducted 8 virtual ordination interviews. For this quinquennium, there were 104 pastors that were ordained into pastoral ministry. We had 5 female pastors who were commissioned during this term. The Ministerial Association promotes the support of pastors' kids, PKs, who find themselves in unique situations because of the status and constant movement of their parents. Unfortunately, due to financial restraints and the complications that come with dealing with a wide age range of children, conferences were encouraged to plan different programs to accommodate pastors' children. We have had a few big events and programs that were very successful, namely, our Elders Certification Convention, our Deacons and Deaconesses Certification, a summit for our female pastors with Dr. Hyveth Williams as our guest speaker, our quinquennium ministerial retreat in Durban, and our Bible conference and a visit of our GC and SID Ministerial Association leaders to Lesotho and Eswatini conferences. Chaplaincy. We would like to appreciate the work done by Pastor M.S. Lupondwana and his team, who served in the chaplaincy department before it was transferred to the portfolio of the Ministerial Association Secretary. We were blessed to have Dr. Mario Ceballos, the former General Conference Chaplaincy Director, leading out in 2 of our chaplaincy training sessions. In 2019, the new ministerial team immediately tackled the process of encouraging and motivating pastors who had applied to be endorsed chaplains to complete the endorsement process. About 24 pastors were endorsed during this term. The COVID-19 pandemic struck South Africa in 2020 and drastically changed the way we do business even in the church. Most of our meetings and training went virtual. In the chaplaincy department, 2 sessions of orientation to clinical pastoral education training were held. It was done in collaboration with the SID. Pastor B. Kumalo led out in the training and was greatly supported by the SAU Ministerial Association Secretary and the SAU Office Secretary, Avia Lupondwana. Pastor Kumalo's secretary, Oliver Rakatoni Renao, was also very instrumental in providing the certificates and technical support. As the SAU ministerial team, we would like to thank Pastor and Mrs. Maligudu for the work that they have done during the term. We would also like to commend all the conference ministerial secretaries and shepherdess coordinators who gave of their time, efforts and resources to minister to our constituency. It was good to have your support and dedication to the work. May the Lord richly bless you and your families. We have appreciated the support provided by Dr. and Mrs. Molambo from our headquarters, the Southern Africa Indian Ocean Division, SID. And we would also like to thank Pastor Kumalo and his secretary, Oliver Rakatoni Renao, from the Chaplaincy Department of the SID. We are, in a special way, thanking our secretary, Avia Lupondwana, who was committed and diligent in her work, and we greatly appreciate her service.